All right. Okay, so just wanted to just get it going. Hey guys, Damon Hart here, Foxy Home Buyer here, Hustle from Home, and we're looking at some people that just came in with some money, and I wanted to feature them here today just to give you guys a peek into their business, learn a little bit about them, and I don't want to waste any more time with introduction with talking. Let's introduce them. I got Tammy and I got Chevy out in Shreveport. Why don't you guys introduce yourself? Tell them a little bit about what your business is, and then we'll get into my favorite part, the money.
The
There you go.
What it's all about while we're all here, right? So go ahead, guys. Tell people about you.
Okay, well, a little bit about me. I'm from New Jersey. I've traveled all over the place itself.
Really? From New Jersey too? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm from New Jersey.
That's how we linked up. I hit you a few months ago, and I was like, dude, I'm from New Jersey. You down there? I think right now you're in Florida, right?
I am, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, dude, I'm from Jersey too, man. I'm trying to get my hands on some probate. How we do that? And with that, that's my coaching students. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
You remember that?
I remember I don't work for free. That's right.
There you
Not
go.
familiar.
Real. There we
Okay.
go. That's good. That's good.
Got it.
Like,
Okay.
yeah, overall, man, I'm originally from Jamaica, though. So I was born and raised in Jamaica, and I've been here half my life. I spent in Jamaica, and then the other half I spent, in New Jersey. I moved here when I was about 11, and just grew up in Plainfield. It's a small city right next door to Piscataway, North area.
Yeah.
And I went to St. Peter's University back in 2009, back in 2004. Took me about 5 years just to graduate. I was like a professional student.
St. Pete is in Jersey City. It's fun. It's fun out there.
It is fun.
You
I
can
went
turn that into a
I
career.
went to school right after the towers dropped, man. So that was a little bit fun as well, man. So, I was traveling back and forth, and right around the time it was around 2006 that actually, my dad passed away and everything. So I had to grow up real fast, and, being able to just be the breadwinner of the family, man. So that's when I ventured off into business and entrepreneurship. And ever since then, I haven't really looked back. I can't even remember the last time I actually had a job. I've just been, venturing into businesses. I've run my marketing company now for the past 7 or 8 years since I've been doing it.
Okay.
I met my wife back in 2012.
Yeah.
We actually met back in 2012. I traveled to Tennessee, and I spent a year out in Tennessee and everything like that, and that's how I actually met this wonderful young lady. And I mean, it's been magic ever since, man. She's the brains, and I'm the muscle.
Right. Somebody has to be. Very rarely. I got another half too. I'm not the brains 100% myself, and it's definitely somebody better looking than me. So, all right. So let's talk about the two of you and your dynamic duo. All right. For anybody that's watching, can you tell us a little bit about you guys personally? You got kids?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I bring my little girl with me to work every day, man. This is the Y factors right here. So we have a 2-year-old daughter. She's about to be 2, come on the 27th.
Amen. That's beautiful. So you got a little baby girl, the two of you, and you guys, do you work from home? Do you have an office? What do you guys do?
We're at the office right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have the office.
Yeah, we're at the office right now. We actually run a marketing firm.
Okay.
So we run a marketing firm where this is going to be crazy, but have you ever been like maybe a Sam's or maybe a Walmart and had somebody approach you about AT&T or DirecTV?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so here in this area, we actually do that. So our marketing company actually is a third-party company that's actually inside of the retailers. So we people about AT&T and DirecTV.
Fantastic. Okay, so you guys are working together. You're a powerful brand. You're married. I mean, you're like the typical mom and pop. People look at it, right? The big girl approve it. So tell us, for anybody that's looking, because I talk a lot about real estate, right? And you can see got Bob Marley in the back. Another Jamaican dude. I'm from the Caribbean, by the way. I didn't know if you do that. I'm from St. Thomas, so yeah, that's why we like to work so much, right?
You know it, man, all day.
So here we are, and people want to know. Okay, I want to get into this business, or I'm doing it. Tell people how you did it. You got your first deal here. You're not new to the business, but you've done it. tell people how it is that you got to your deal. Tell us the story.
Go ahead, Tim.
Me,
Yeah,
how
yeah.
I got
Go
into
ahead.
it?
Damn, we're ready.
Okay, so pretty much, like he said, we run a marketing company. So before him, I worked the regular 9 to 5 or evening shift, and he kept on tagging at me like, no, you need to stop working at 9 to 5. Come help me, let's work. And ever since then, I never went back to a 9 to 5. So I've always pretty much just looked up work from home businesses. I've seen where there's there's drop shipping and other things of that sort, YouTube.
Sure.
And I came upon wholesaling. Well, at the time, I did not know what it was. I knew it was real estate. That's all I knew. And this girl that I'm friends with on Facebook, she was live streaming. This is sometime last year, and she was mentioning about what was she doing. At that time, I'm still not knowing what it is because I asked her, I'm like, so how much does it cost to get your real estate license? And she was like, you don't need a real estate license. And, that's something different from what I'm doing. It's kind of similar, but you don't need a license for it. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then, and I mentioned it to my husband. And my husband, he started doing research. I kind of left it alone at that time because my background also, since I started working with him in our marketing company, I'm a recruiter. So I just went on this stay with that. He started looking up more information about it, and then all I know is he was like, I got a deal on the contract. I'm like, what's that? I'm like, what's that? What you mean contract? What are you talking about?
Take action.
Yes.
Take action,
Right.
dude. I didn't know nothing. Like last year, like when she told me about it, I was like, yeah, whatever, right? And then I actually have a close buddy that's out in Philadelphia that's been doing this for the past several years. And I remember at the time, he was just talking about it. It was like, man, I've been spending hours in my basement just studying up on how to do this stuff. I was like, yeah, whatever, dude. Like, go get a job. Like, you tripping, right? And then fast forward, I see he's doing his YouTube thing. He called himself Chief Unemployable. I'm like, what the hell do that mean? Like, everybody work for somebody, right? And then I started just strolling through YouTube a little bit over a year and a half ago, man. Just going through YouTube, and I was listening to an audiobook because I listen to audiobooks a lot when I drive to long distance. I was listening to an audiobook. It was like you could have people give you their houses, little to no money down. I was listening to Rich Dad Poor Dad, and he was just talking about how within spite of 2 weeks of him leveraging, where he used no money, no cash, just being able to have someone sell them their house. And I was like, what is all this, right? So I started looking deeper into it, and I started looking on YouTube, and I'm talking about when people would binge watch shows, I was binge watching YouTube.
Yes.
I mean, binge watching 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, 2 o'clock in the morning time, the YouTube on our TV would still be on. I'm like, why you not sleep? He's like, I'm about to go to sleep in a minute. I wake up another hour. He's still watching YouTube.
So what were you doing then at that time? You were basically just, I mean, it sounds like you were just getting all the material you needed to then take action, right? I mean, that's
Oh yeah. I was getting we was getting a lot of information and stuff, and then that's when I came up on a guy that was just talking about, look, I've been doing this for 14 years. I have over 200 plus videos on YouTube. You need to go and check it out. Free information. I was like, what? Okay, let me go ahead and check it out. And I was looking through YouTube. It was like, look, the biggest thing that you need to do is just take action. And I was like, you know what? Okay, let's try it. It was like, you need to get the phone ringing. I was like, okay. How do I get the phone ring? It was like, look, this is what you do. You need to get you some bandit signs. And I remember what I did was, I know. I know you.
Go ahead, finish the story. It's not my story.
Man. It was like, get you some bandit signs, get the phone ringing. If you're not the person that likes to talk to people, get you some bandit signs, get your phone ringing. And I remember that we spent a couple. I think it was less than $200 that we spent on some bandit signs, man, and bought some bandit signs. I mean, we flooded them over the city, man. I mean, the local municipal was calling me, stop putting your signs all over the city. We're trying to get our city clean. I mean, I was spreading them things, and within 2 weeks, I actually had a trustee call me. I was like, hey, I'm the trust of a family, and we're looking to get rid of this house, and I saw that you guys buy houses. How much are you looking to offer to this house? And I just threw a number out there. I was like $2,000, and he was like, okay, I'll get back to you. And then a couple days later, he was like, okay, we'll do the $2,000. Let's drop the contract. And I didn't know about no contract or nothing at all.
Those are videos to skip.
Trying to figure it out, right? That's great.
Nothing about those contracts. I was like, okay, so what do I do now, right? So I started YouTubing now contracts.
Right. YouTube, of course. That's where you get all your info.
So then I printed out the one-page contract that the guy is talking about. I printed that out and then brought it to the trust, and the trust is looking. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to buy the property within 30 days. We just got to do our due diligence and make sure that it gets approved by my business partners and everything. And he was like, okay. And he signed off on the paper. We signed off on it. And I was like, okay, now I need to find a buyer. So now I need to find a buyer. And I remember a guy called my bandit sign. I was just like, hey, dude, if you ever need any help or whatever the case may be, I got tons of buyers. You could just send a deal my way and we'll JV on it. I was like, okay. So at this point, I just send over the contract to the dude. He was like, hey, sign this JV agreement. And then 5 days later, he brought me a check for like $1,250. And we was hugging, we was dancing in my office. I was like, what is this? This is crazy.
This is magic. This is magic.
And ever since then, man, I just been hooked on it, man. Like, and the crazy thing is, I didn't even start doing my own deals at first. I was just sending them and we just JV on it.
JV the deals. Yeah. I mean, it's
property, get it on the contract, and just send it over and bring me a check. And I was just like, okay, cool.
And that's the magic, man. I mean, that's a great story, and where you started seems like where all of us start, right? But you figured out very early, which I don't think I wasn't as smart as you guys are. I didn't figure that out until probably my second go around in real estate, that it's all about making a phone ring. See, I got my first deal, and then that was it. I was like Milli Vanilli, one hit, that was it, right? But for you, it sounds like you had some repeats. So what kind of advice, if somebody's watching this video, let's say they're getting into the business for the first time, or maybe they're getting some deals, but not as many as they would want. What would be your advice to help them with the marketing? Because that's the most important, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Marketing and branding is very key, because if you market to the right people, because 95% of people are going to get their properties listed with realtors anyways, right? You're looking for that 5%ers. You're looking for someone that's motivated. So how do you got to be able to find that person that's motivated. If they're motivated, at the end of the day, they don't even really read the paperwork. They don't even read the paperwork. They're motivated. There's equity in the property. You got yourself a deal. You just got to be able to put it on a contract and find someone that's willing to say, you know what? I'll take a shot at it. Why not? That's all it is. But some people become so analytical that they're paralyzed themselves. They worried about what if the sellers don't do this? What if the buyer don't do that? What if the seller know how much I'm going to be making? None of that stuff matter, man. Just take some action. Like, you got to be able to take action. Take action. Stop thinking and overthinking what you're doing. Just take the action. The action is you going out there, whether it's you driving for dollars. And driving for dollars is the easiest way to make money. If you're like, oh, I don't have no money. Okay, go in your neighborhood, drive around, look for an ugly, beat up house. It don't even have to be ugly or beat up. It could just be a vacant property. And guess what? Now you go online, you find yourself some free site that's going to track that number down. And guess what? If you don't find their number, there's a relative's number. There's a next door neighbor. Go knock on their door. Yeah. Like, the excuses is out the door. There's so many different ways to make this type of to make this business work. 100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Tammy, what was the scariest part for you? Because I mean, obviously you were an action taker here, right? And he was kind of getting you excited to come along. What were you thinking? Were you thinking that, hey, this thing got to work, or you were like, man, I can't wait till he mess up so I could tell him about it?
No. So this is the reason why I just didn't completely pursue it quickly.
Okay.
Is this, and he's laughing about it because I told him about this. Actually, it's so funny you asked me what's scary, because I told him about this last week.
Okay.
So I'm a type of person, I like to analyze things. So I'm thinking about, okay, this is what wholesaling is. Okay. What would I have to do? I know I have to walk properties. I hate bugs. I hate spiders. I hate that. That scared the mess out of me.
Right.
And at the time, he wasn't, like I said, he was like, no, about wholesaling at first. And so I left it alone, but he did his research and stuff. But that's my only issue with just, I know I will have to walk properties. But now since I know he's for it, he's from Jamaica and stuff, so he's good with just walking properties. He's okay. He spiders with his hands, so he's good.
So that's nothing.
He's good with it. So I'm like, okay, you go walk the properties. I can do some cold calling because I'm used to recruiting and do cold calling and stuff. So now we're a team at doing this pretty much.
Working together. That's great. That's great. Well, look, I mean, look, it sounds like you guys got a magic couple going. You have a little girl that you're kind of investing in, right? You're investing in the time now, so obviously you guys will have plenty more, and that's the game, right? People, when they come into this business, in my opinion, they're looking at the flash, the big quick money, which is available, is good. I make it, you make it. But really, when you get into this business, you start to realize that when he says 200 properties, people that have multiple streams of income, and they're having these, they have cash flow coming in every month. That's what this business is all about.
100%.
You get into it for the flash, but you got to stay for the wealth, because there's nothing else like it. Even if you're up market, down market, this is real estate
and cash flow.
And
Absolutely,
people
man.
own it. People gotta live somewhere.
And properties are always appreciate instead of depreciate. So, it's just one of those things where you see value in what this market has to offer, man. Whether you're in Alabama or you're in Georgia, you're in Jersey, no matter where you at, man, there's money to be made. There's always someone motivated by giving you their property.
Absolutely.
No money down, no credit checks, no cash up front, nothing. They motivated. They gonna let it go.
Perfect. I love it. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Let me tell you about the deal that we just closed on 2 properties, right? Before we got to the 2 properties that we closed on, we put like 3 other properties on the contract and lost them, right? The worst thing that you can do is put a property on a contract and you can't even move it. Like, you put it out there, no bites. There's crickets. There's nobody even listening, right? And had one property like that, then another property that we had, it was the property itself. It was like I would get a buyer to visit me at the property. They'll show up at the house. We open up the door and they're like, I'm not going. I'm not walking in the property. I'm like, damn, what? Right? So
they wasn't from Jamaica.
They're not real, man. They're not real. They're soft, man. They're soft. So just being able to keep on pushing, man, like getting a deal and then losing it because something happened with the seller. We're the business that we're in, man. We teach about attitude and work ethic and just being able to go out there and put your best foot forward. So, after losing one deal, it was like, ups, on to the next one, right? And, after losing another one, it was like, ups, on to the next one. And then before you know it, you found one where it's a tired landlord, or maybe it's someone moving out of state, or maybe someone that's passed away. Probate, by the way, I got one on the contract on a probate.
You're welcome. Congratulations.
So
it's gonna be good money for you, man. It's gonna be good money.
So
I would guess you bought it right. If I had to guess, you bought it right where you make some margin on it for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's some margins. There's some margins to be made on there, man.
Good.
But just being able to just keep on going, man, and just understand that. Yeah.
Don't get discouraged.
You're working
keep on going.
You're working for you, man. Like at the end of the day, if you put your best foot forward, you believe in yourself, you believe in what you're capable of doing. The sky's the limit. You're gonna have support system or no support system, but if you're your biggest fan, if you're the person that keep putting your best interest at heart, man, like I grind for my family every day that I wake up excited because I know I can make a difference overall for my family's future. So when I go out here with my head down, focused, like, you know what, I gotta make things happen. If I don't, ain't nobody else gonna make it happen. So we just gonna keep on going. And you know, if I get down, my wife is on me like, better wake up. We got bills. We got things to do. And if she's down, I'm like, you better man up. I don't want to hear that. We got to go get it. Right. So we just keep each other going, man, regardless. And it's a beautiful thing when you have a good support system with you as well. It's pretty phenomenal and awesome.
That's great. Well, look, you know, I want to just say thanks to you guys and joining me on the call. I know this is kind of like a spur of the moment thing, but I felt it was important for people to hear your story, and I'm glad they did. Tell, you know, real quick before we go, two of you, I mean, if anybody wanted to get in touch with you, and, you know, obviously they can find you on the Hustle, you know, the Hustle from Home page or what have you, and have your story posted there, but where else can they find you? Can they call you? What if somebody has a deal in Shreveport and they need somebody to buy a deal or a JV on a deal? How do they get in touch with you?
Phone number is going to be 318-588-7134. As far as our email, it's going to be info@zoehomebuyers.com. That's ZOEHOME buyers with an S at the end.
Okay.
.com. And you can also find us on Facebook, Zoe Home Buyers. You can also find us LLC. You can also find us on Instagram underneath my name, which is Chevrolet Green. Or you can find her on Instagram as well, which is Tammy Green 901. I mean, I thought you wanted to talk about the money though.
I thought we did. You mentioned a bit.
No, we didn't talk about the numbers. We can talk numbers.
Okay. All right, so let's get right to it. Here I am talking about all this other stuff. Let's talk the money. How much money did you make on this last one?
So this last one was 3, but the one before that was 5. So a total of 8 in the past month.
In a month. So $8,000 in a month. Okay. Mm-hmm. So and that's aside. This is not even your main business. Like, this is not what you do full time. This is what you did in real estate.
Yeah.
So this is 8,000. I don't know, guys. I mean, times 12, you're looking at $100 grand just on side business. Is this your biggest month so far in business?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So it's your biggest month so far in business, in the real estate business. But I mean, I guess you're not stopping just at 8,000. I see the look on Tammy's face. She's like, no, I'm not doing that.
No, we're not stopping there.
Where are we going from here? Where are you going? 20, 30? Where are we going?
I mean, overall, man, the goal is to do 3 to 5 a month as far as deal wise. So even if we're able to do between 25 and 30 a month, you know, that's 6 figures, hands down, with no problem at all. So that's the goal overall. I mean, we just consistently looking at properties and making offers, man. We have 2 appointments for tomorrow. One from a bandit sign and another one from another probate. So,
wow. I mean, probate, I mean, bandit signs. I don't know how you do it.
Hey, we cold calling and they calling us, man. We got to take both actions. That's all it is, man.
Love it. Okay. Well, look, you guys, again, thank you so much for joining me. I got another call. I'm hopping on here in a little bit as well. And you know, keep tuned to the channel. I mean, everybody's gonna definitely be in touch with you, but stay tuned to the channel, the Facebook here with the Hustle from Home. And I got some cool stuff coming up here, probably around probate if you're looking. So just keep taking action, and I have some cool stuff coming here very soon. But I don't want to take any spotlight away from you guys for the moment. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your story. And, you know, sky's the limit for you, like you said. I'm just repeating it. So, you know,
we're going to make it happen, man, for sure, man. Appreciate you for inviting us on the interview, man, for sure.
You're very welcome. I'm glad having you part of the forum. And, you know, please, anything we can do for you.
They made me a founding member, by the way.
When you're early on, we got you.
All right, man.
Knows everything, you know.
All right, man. You take care. All right.
All right, guys. You too, Tammy, Chevy. Thanks.
Bye.
All right, man. Bye.
We'll see you.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye.